Been a while since I've done a full-out rant, but this one warrants it. The Biden vaccine mandate, back in effect. The stay has been lifted by a court of appeals. The Sixth Circuit in Cincinnati voted 2-1 to allow OSHA and give OSHA the authority. That's right, they gave OSHA the authority. Not Congress, no one that you elected. It's just this woman. She gave OSHA the authority. Did you vote for her? I didn't vote for her. Oh, this is rant-worthy. Let's go.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I don't want you to ride. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the streets. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rule?
You have the luxury of not knowing what I know.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!"
Okay, if you're not ready for Article 5, or you weren't ready to start taking control and calling this convention to stop this government overreach, how about this? All right, we'll keep adding them on, but now the Biden administration's vaccine mandate is back on, at least for the time being. So as far as employers are concerned, they need to start whacking people now. Okay? So if you're on that list, if you're like me and you're one of those people who have a religious exemption filed and you're waiting and they've been playing with you and they denied it and you had to put it back in again and then it was on hold and your entire life is just getting juggled around by bureaucrats like you're nothing. All right, if you're one of those people, well, you're back on the hook again. So that week and a half or so reprieve that you got, as OSHA, the all-powerful OSHA has determined, it's time to bring it back in. Now, this was brought in by a Cincinnati Court of Appeals, the Sixth Circuit. All right. So, and excuse if this gets a little sloppy. I'm just doing this out of anger and immediately, and there's not going to be a ton of editing here. So now, it was the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals in Cincinnati, and the majority opinion was it was a 2-1 vote, okay? And the majority opinion was given by Judge Julia. We have her here. Judge Julia Smith Gibbons, okay? So this is the face of evil, folks. This is the face of tyranny right here. Anybody remember voting for her? I didn't vote for her. Did you vote for her? No, none of us voted for her because she was appointed, no less by Ronald Reagan. So if you're still one of those people who thinks this is a left-right thing, if we can only elect the right, then, everything will be fine. Yeah, okay. Well, this is what the right got us, okay? This is what one of the right superheroes got us in Ronald Reagan, all right? So these people are not beholden to anybody. Okay? They're garbage. They're appointed and they're garbage. And for every good one, there's a bad one. And we should not be living under the rule of hoping we get a judge that cares about the Constitution. Listen to this quote that she has. Okay? So, given OSHA's clear and exercised authority. OSHA's clear and exercised authority? All right, this is at the heart of what Article 5 is about. This is exactly what we're trying to get rid of. We're trying to remove OSHA's clear and exercisable authority because we don't vote for OSHA. Okay, we don't vote for them. And the only reason they have this power is because judges like her have given it to them. Here's the problem, folks. This is the problem. This just right in the wheelhouse. Right in the wheelhouse this falls of Article 5. Okay? Right in the wheelhouse. So now, there was one sane judge, okay? There was one sane judge on the panel, of course, only one, so it's just the dissenting opinion of this one of three. But this person made it clear, right? So they noted that Congress didn't authorize OSHA to create such a rule, acknowledging that OSHA does not have this authority, which is the reality. They don't. But because a judge now said, two judges said they do, they do. And this is the world we live under. This is what tyranny looks like, folks. All right? This is what it looks like. 84 million Americans are now on the hook, all right, and could be terminated at any moment as a result of this woman on the screen right now. So here's the dissenting judge, all right, Judge Joan Louise Larson. So she's saying Congress did not authorize OSHA to create such a rule. Furthermore, to work around Congress, the rule did not meet the emergency standard of necessity that the Secretary of Labor needed to bring it about, okay? And this is what it comes down to, right? And this is what they want to use. They want to use these emergency standards. And that's what's giving these judges cover, and it's cover. That judge knows damn well that this is unconstitutional, what they're doing. She knows damn well. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. And I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Judge Julia Smith Gibbons, you on your high perch, who thinks that OSHA does have these powers, or at least feels you have the authority to grant these powers to OSHA. Here's my question for you. If this is such an emergency and these powers need to be used, why don't you care about anybody who works for a company that has less than 100 employees? Is it not an emergency for them? Are they just immune? Do small companies have immunity to this? And if they do, would it make sense to then mandate we break up all these large companies into denominations of under 100 employees so that we can then save the world? No. Folks, you know that none of this stuff is added up from day one. None of it. None of it. Sit down. If you sit down in a restaurant, you don't need a mask. If you stand up to go to the bathroom, you do, because the virus somehow knows. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of examples of things that don't make sense. If you cannot just sit there and continually rationalize this. You just can't. It's not going away. Go and get your vaccine. Go and get your vaccine. It's not going away. Do you hear what I'm telling you? It's not going away. It's always this one step, keep complying, and they'll keep coming. They're not going away. It's not, if you're still in that camp of, well, I don't understand why these people don't just get the vaccine and go back to normal. Here we are in Omicron, 2 years later, a year and a half, 2 years later after this whole mess starts, and you're still sitting there rationalizing this. As they demand, as they threaten to fire people, and you're living in the world, and you're like, all right, it doesn't really seem that crazy. Like, sure, yeah, I'm not saying nobody died. I'm not saying it's not a real disease. I'm not saying a real virus. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not dangerous enough to make people want to get it on their own, to make people want to get this vaccine on their own. That's what I'm saying. Because no matter what you say over the media, no matter how hard you pump this message, we're used to the fake media. So, if we decide to dispel that and live our lives, and years have now gone by, and we've lived our lives, and we're fine, then we'll wait, thanks. We'll wait. So I don't know, look, we just rolled a t-shirt store out, folks. I may need you to go buy a t-shirt. I may need you to do that, because I may be coming into work on Monday finding out I ain't working anymore. So let's find out what's going on, but my God, and now the good news, at least some reprieve, all right? But right now it's in effect. As of right now, it's in effect. But some reprieve is that they are going to take it to the Supreme Court. There was an article here, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson. He said, we'll immediately go to the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, to fight this unconstitutional legal mandate. Now, we'll probably find reprieve there. At least I would like to think so. But the only reason we're going to find that is because there are judges who tend to be constructionists. Okay? If not, like, we're one group, we're one mixed bag of Supreme Court justices away from being completely screwed. This is the case for Article 5, folks. Don't let these schmucks scare you out of your power, okay? Don't let them. Let the states get together and propose these amendments. They're just proposing amendments. They're not changing the Constitution. They're not rewriting the Constitution. We have to take action. If we're still waiting for these politicians, if you think that there's someone you can elect that's going to fix this, you must know by now. And these types of stories I'm going to keep blowing up because you must see it. You must. It drives me nuts that people don't see it. It drives me nuts that conservatives have been lapped into this leftist narrative created decades ago that totally misrepresent the Constitution. And they do this in defense of the Constitution. There's only one way that this is going to end. One. And if that doesn't end, if amending the Constitution as such doesn't fix the problem, then start talking to me about all your plans of secession and war and whatever else. Because then that is truly we have fired every last bullet in the Constitution at that point. If they just disregard blatantly, not work around it by buying states, not do the dubious stuff, if they just disregard it blatantly, then that's fine. Then we have to do what we have to do. But we're not there. Right now, we're sitting here in a situation where we have a method, a legal means given to us by the founders because they knew we'd be in this scenario, and we are sitting here pretending like it's too dangerous to use. We're worried about a runaway convention that can't happen, yet we're not worried about a runaway government that's destroying our lives. If not us, who? If not now, when? All right. Rant over.
And like that,